And this is another episode of the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady. Y'all, welcome to the show, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. If you need help with accounting and taxes, I got you covered. If you're an entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur, and you have a business and you need help with accounting and taxes, I want to encourage you all to contact me today at dakotagrady.com. Hey y'all, I'm on site today here in Greenville, South Carolina at a hotel. Just wanted to come in here and do some content today and just welcome y'all to the show. So today's podcast is about entrepreneurship. That's right, y'all. Business. Why is entrepreneurship important, and why should you, yes you, start a business? Well, let me tell you about my story. I started my business in 2020 during the pandemic, but let me back up a little bit. So I lived in Tennessee for about 7 years, my wife and I did, and our daughter, and I had lost 4 jobs, y'all, between 2013 to 2020, right? All because of me. Things happen, but all because of me, because I take responsibility for my life. Things happened that were out of my control, but still, I wanted to man up and say, it was my fault I lost my jobs. Mainly because I don't deal with gossip in the workplace, and the workplace is full of gossip. You know that. For those who have a work environment that's very, very toxic, you understand what I'm talking about. Also, in accounting, basically it's like many people, well, I'll say a few people in accounting that are minorities, black folks. So, in fact, there was a time when one of my clients called me the N-word, and I was like, wow. But there were some issues when it came to like racism in the workplace. Again, there was an issue that I can control, but that kind of stuff I didn't tolerate. So I spoke up about it and I didn't like that kind of stuff. But anyway, my last job, I was working for a company in Tennessee. And in fact, I went to work that day, and I had went to work, and normally one of the bosses would come in, he would say, hey, good morning. Well, this day, he came into the office, and he didn't say anything. In fact, he came to the office, and he closed the door. So that's weird. So then, what happened was, I actually was working, and no one was really engaging with me, which was unusual as well. Later on that morning, the owner, the guy who came to the office, didn't say anything to me. Him and my supervisor came to my office, and they told me I was fired. And at that point, y'all, I was tired. I was tired of being treated like I wasn't a person. I was tired of the gossip. I was tired of losing jobs, and I was just distraught. So one thing what happened was they took my job, meaning they took the physical job, the office space from me, but they couldn't take my mind. All the information I had garnered over the years working for these companies, every time I got fired, when I got fired, I left with something I learned from them that they couldn't take away from me, and that was knowledge. That was March of 2020, I lost my job. The next month, basically, I started my business. My wife encouraged me to do accounting and taxes on my own. I had attempted it previously, and it flopped, so I got another job. Well, this time when I lost my job, I was prepared more because I had more skills, I had more tools in my belt to do my own business. So that's what I did. In fact, one of my first clients was a family member in South Carolina. I think 2 of my clients were family members or people I knew in South Carolina. And the third client was a client in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and a client from Tennessee as well, who I went to church with. So my business started getting momentum, and I started my business. Fast forward today, I'm in business for over 3 years now with clients in Tennessee, Indiana, Florida, Georgia, and even in South Carolina. I'm doing the same thing that I was doing for other people as an employee. Now I'm doing it for myself, serving the clients that I want to serve. Now, let me say this. Entrepreneurship is not for anyone. It's not for everybody. It's available to you, but some people like to have structure. They like to get a job, be told what to do their job, clock out, and get home and get a paycheck. They don't want to deal with customers after hours. They don't want to deal with the stress and the strain of running a business. They'd rather go in, do a job, go home, and get paid. Well, for those who are entrepreneurs, I commend you because you're taking more risk than someone else just working a job. Someone working a job is risky too. They have risk too, but in their mind, they think they may have a safe job. But in reality, if they only have one source of income, then the job isn't safe. They're at risk as well. So as an entrepreneur, you're taking a risk to live your dream and your goal by hiring people who don't want to be an entrepreneur so that they can build your business, build your dream. That's right. In order to grow a business, you need to hire people so you can delegate and focus on growing your business and working on the business instead of working in the business. Now, I want to talk about entrepreneurship. Talking about what kind of business should you start. That's right, you. All right. I want to talk about starting a need-based business. What is that? A need-based business is a business that people need, whether it's a good or service. For example, I have an accounting and tax business, bookkeeping business, right? Well, during the pandemic, I made money. How? Because people need help with accounting and taxes, right? They need their taxes filed. Everyone does, for the most part. So I am in a need-based business where if a pandemic happened again, I will be basically recession-proof or pandemic-proof because no matter what happens, people still need to have their taxes filed. People still need to have bookkeeping done because without bookkeeping in the business, you can't file your taxes. That's right, y'all. You can't file your taxes without bookkeeping. If you haven't done bookkeeping in your business, contact me today at dakotagrady.com and we'll get you a consultation so that we can help you move forward with your bookkeeping so that you can get your taxes filed before the end of the year. That's an example of a need-based business. So think about it. What do people really need? They need food, clothing, shelter, and transportation, right? Those are the 4 things that people really need. So people need food, water, beverages. If you can cook, you can maybe start a restaurant, or maybe go to a grocery store, a convenience store. People need things such as food. They need gas. They need snacks. If they're traveling, they may need a snack. They may need a full meal, but they need something that they can eat while they are traveling to get to their destination, right? They need gas in their cars, right? You can offer them fuel, drinks, and food or snacks on the journey to wherever they're traveling to. So that would be an example of a need-based business, right? Excuse me. How about shelter? People need homes, apartments, right? So what if you became a realtor? What if you're already a realtor? You can help people buy homes and sell homes. That's a need-based business. Think about clothing. You may offer clothing to someone, whether that may be a nurse that may need to have scrubs on, right? Or someone going to the office that may need to have a suit and tie, or maybe a blouse, right? So people need clothing. They may not need high-end clothing. They may just need basic clothing. T-shirt, button-down shirt, maybe a blazer. People need clothing, right? So maybe you can start a clothing store, whether it be high-end, low-end, in the middle, but people need clothing. Shoes, people love shoes, sneakers, whatever, tennis shoes, whatever you want to call them. But people need clothing, right? And cars. People need to get from A to B or B from A to Z, right? They need cars, whether it be a bus, truck, van, SUV, EV, but people need transportation. With that comes with gas, maintenance, repairs. So what do? If you're a mechanic, you can have a mechanic shop. See, I just gave you some examples of need-based businesses. So if you have a skill such as, again, a realtor, a mechanic, you have a clothing store, or maybe a convenience store, or even a grocery store, those are things that people really need. So I want you to take survey and inventory of yourself. What do people need in your community? Maybe they need tax preparation. Maybe they need hair care, health care. Maybe you're a nurse and you're wondering, how can I start a business and get off or get beyond the bedside? Well, maybe you can use your skills to start an IV hydration business, med spa. Maybe you want to do a massage. But these are things that people need. They need self-care. They need health care, right? They need to take care of themselves. Maybe they need to see a doctor. Maybe urgent care. My wife talked about it earlier when we were coming over to the location here. She talked about a company starting urgent care. If you're in the medical field, maybe you can do the same thing, right? So these are things that you can start a business doing that can provide income for you at a low cost. Maybe you need to go to school for get a couple of classes to learn a skill. Again, mechanic, realtor, go and take a class on becoming a real estate agent, right? Learn the laws, learn what it takes to sell a house, to buy a house, right? Learn those laws, pass the test, and work up on somebody to get the hours and experience so that you can start making more income. Again, if you can do a mechanic work for your friends and family, first start with them. They have cars, I'm sure. Get them in a place where they can come to you for your services. Maybe you can repair tires, oil changes, brake changes. Maybe you can do tune-ups. Those are things you can do for your family and friends, and maybe the word may spread, word of mouth. Again, maybe you have a skill to create clothes. Maybe you can get a sewing machine and start doing t-shirts. I don't know, but something that can be a service or a product to your community. That's what I'm doing. I'm helping my community with accounting and taxes, virtually, of course, and in person too. If they need help with accounting or taxes in person, I'm there to help them if they want me to serve them. And I want to encourage you, once you start making more money, to learn how to manage your finances, because I can teach you how to make more money, which I just did, some examples, right? And you can make more money, but you may blow your money because you don't know how to manage your finances. So increase your income and learn how to manage the income as well. So once you identify what your audience needs in the community, match your skills with that particular need. And you may not be passionate about it. For example, I'm not passionate about accounting and taxes, but I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. I'm passionate about personal finances. So I'm doing the need-based business, accounting and taxes, to fund my want-based business, personal finances. Because my family needs to eat. I need to be responsible to take care of my wife and my daughters and myself and not depend on the government for anything. I want to encourage you to do the same. Find the need in your community or the want. See what skills you have that align with them, and then create a plan of action to get your clients to come and see the value that you have through your products and services, and then offer that to them for a price that is valuable to them and also doesn't undervalue what you are worth. I'll say it again. Get a price that gives them value, but also does not undervalue what you offer to them, because what you offer to them is valuable because it's going to meet their needs and their wants and take them from where they are to where they want to be, from struggling to results, from struggling to transformation in their life. That's what people really want. They want to see the before and after. They want to see where someone was and where that person got to get results or transformation in their lives through your program. Your program, your product or service is the solution for their transformation. But you must let them see that what you're offering is the solution to their problem. So, what are you going to do today with this information? Are you going to continue to do what you're doing, struggle financially? Or are you going to identify a need in your community, match your skills with that need, and get a plan of action to take to move you from where you are to where you want to be in your finances by making more income. And then once you make more income, talk to a professional, a money coach. Come talk to me, y'all, to help you manage your finances. So I want to help you make money, manage your finances for more impact, more income, and more influence. So this is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversation podcast. I am Dakota Grady, your host. I also have a freebie for you about tax planning for the year round. Because if you have a business, you need to know what taxes you need to pay monthly, quarterly, and annually. Without that, y'all, you will fall through the cracks and not file your taxes and wonder what happened when you get a letter from the IRS. Don't let that be you. So if you need help with knowing what taxes to pay, go to my website at dakotagrady.com to get a free resource. It's actually a tax calendar yearly planner for you so that you can be prepared and not let the deadlines slip by and you forget. So again, this is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversation podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. If you need help with accounting and taxes for your business or you need help with your money, contact me today at dakotagrady.com.